History has become a powerful focus in the film industry, especially in recent years, with numerous classic and award-winning films set in the past, whether rooted in fact or enhanced by fiction. But for history buffs, the big question is just how accurate are these depictions of our glorious and dark past? Today, we are putting the Oscar-winning movie Gladiator under the spotlight to find out. We'll be looking at two main categories. First, the historical inaccuracies, and second, the accuracies. Sounds simple enough, right? So let's dive in and break down where Gladiator got the history right and where it didn't. Our first and perhaps biggest inaccuracy of Gladiator is the main character, Maximus Decimus Meridius, played by Russell Crowe. Maximus is a fictional character that is very well written, and it is likely that his character was inspired by many great Roman generals from the likes of Scipio Africanus and Julius Caesar. During the beginning of the movie, Emperor Marcus Aurelius, played by Richard Harris, explains to Maximus that during his reign as emperor, he has fought and expanded the borders of Rome significantly. But in reality, even though he was a successful military commander, Marcus Aurelius did not expand Roman territories all that much. He is actually known more for his great defense of Roman territory during the Marcomannic Wars. Then later on in the movie, Marcus Aurelius names Maximus as his successor and tells Maximus he wishes to restore the empire back into a republic, with Maximus leading this change. In reality, Marcus Aurelius had long planned for his son, Commodus, to succeed him. An unusual move at the time, since emperors often chose capable non-relatives to succeed them. In fact, Marcus Aurelius even named Commodus co-emperor right before he died to prepare him even more for the throne. This re-established hereditary succession. The film's depiction of Marcus Aurelius being murdered by Commodus, played by Joaquin Phoenix, is also fictional. Historians believe Marcus died of an illness, likely the Antonine Plague, or some other disease, though there is some speculation that he may have been killed by his physicians who favored Commodus. In the movie, the portrayal of how gladiators actually fought is a mix of fact and fiction. While the movie captures some aspects of gladiatorial combat very accurately, some of the armor and costumes worn by the gladiators are a little exaggerated. Like, for example, there's a scene where a gladiator wears a boar's skull as a helmet to battle. In real life, this was probably not worn in gladiatorial combat because there is no way that man can see out of that thing. In real gladiator history, armor was specially picked for each fighter and their specific fighting style, as well as the weapons they used. Of course, the last 30 minutes of the movie is pretty much all fictional, with the main character's friends being killed or captured, and him being captured and forced to fight Commodus in the Colosseum in front of the Roman people. Maximus killing Commodus, of course, never happened, as this was a way more dignified death for Commodus, because in reality, his death was actually rather humiliating. He was strangled to death in his own bathroom by Narcissus, a champion wrestler in 192 CE. Now that we have covered the inaccuracies, and oh boy, we had a lot of them, let's move on to the accuracies. The opening battle in Gladiator is one of the film's standout accuracies. It effectively showcases Roman military tactics and engineering prowess, with ballistas launching huge bolts across the sky, and onagers hurling fiery projectiles, just as they might have been in historical conflicts. The Romans were indeed masters of military technology, and this scene captures the essence of their strategic dominance. Another accurate element is the disturbing relationship that Commodus has with his sister Lucilla, played by Connie Nielsen. Historical accounts confirm that Commodus sexually assaulted Lucilla on many occasions. As well as that, she conspired with his enemies to assassinate him. While the movie spares her life, in reality, Lucilla's plot failed, and she was exiled to the island of Capri, where she was executed 4 months later. The film also accurately depicts wild animals like tigers as being used in gladiatorial combat, a common feature of the Roman games. Another accuracy is the fascination that Commodus has with the gladiatorial games. The real Commodus was so obsessed with gladiators that he participated in the games himself, a behavior that enraged Roman senators, who considered it a disgrace to the title of emperor. However, the movie does add some fictionalized motives to Commodus, to his reasons behind holding gladiatorial games. In Gladiator, he stages endless contests as part of a sinister plan to bankrupt and starve the Roman population, which is driven by his resentment of his father, Marcus Aurelius, whom he believed loved Rome more than him. Historically, most historians agree that the real mismanagement of the empire by Commodus was stemmed from a simple disinterest of ruling and wanting to indulge in the extravagant lifestyle instead, which in turn inadvertently drove Rome into chaos. Well, my fellow history lovers, we have reached the end of the video. Is there any accuracies or inaccuracies that I left out? If so, don't be shy. Let your voice be heard in the comment section below. And as always, we have more content coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled. And thank you so much for watching.